just expecting to find some rubber duckies around.
Once in a while.
Hi, Rabbi. Look at this shade of photo. Is this a photo that would cause mischief?
Oh, no, you? No. You're not a mischief causer.
No, not me.
Oh, this one probably knows. We got an aisle cover, it says make a donation, but we don't know what to do, where to donate.
Oh, well, you could do a Venmo, or you could, write a check, or you could leave us a $20 bill.
Oh, I gave you a $20 bill,
70 years, too. Same amount of years. There you go. Shabbat shalom, everybody. I'm so happy to see you all, to be together this evening. There are some new faces here, some folks who have returned. So if you see somebody new, introduce yourself, say hello, welcome them. We're glad you're here, glad you're joining us. If you see somebody who looks lost, help them find where we are in the prayer book. We're going to continue welcoming Shabbat this evening with prayers in English and Hebrew. I've been thinking a lot about the word Kabbalat Shabbat, which is what these services are technically called, the word welcoming Shabbat, this moment of in between. Especially it feels a little liminal when we have the like the sun's still out and yet here we are. And I've been thinking about this idea of welcoming and what it is that we are doing here together, which is bringing in this moment of joy and of rest, and how we do this every week, no matter where we are. And that's something that I really appreciate, is that no matter where we are in our lives, where we are emotionally, where we are physically, what we're going through, Shabbat always shows up whether or not we're ready. And so it's our responsibility, and not only our responsibility, it is the thing that has kept us as a people for so many generations. And so it's our responsibility then to do something, to mark it in some way. So here we are together. We're going to continue with Hine Mato, which you will find on page 4. Hine Mato v'manayim sheverachim gam yachad. Hine Mato v'manayim sheverachim gam yachad. Hine Mato v'manayim sheverachim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim sheverachim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim sheverachim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim sheverachim gam yachad. We're going to pray at the top of page 9 in the English together, and then I'll light the candles on our behalf. If you're at home, I'm glad you're joining us. I invite you to light the candles in your house, too. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, will you pray that with me? So may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us, as their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light. So may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Good Shabbos, everybody. We made it. We made it. We're going to continue welcoming Shabbat. We're going to go to Shalom Aleichem on page 10. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharei, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem Leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni Leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzeitzchem Leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Lechad Ozi is on page 14. So, one of my favorite things to talk about with our students, of course, is what I like to call prayer choreography, or how we put prayers in the body, the embodiment of the movements. Why are we doing them? What do they mean to us? In this particular prayer, you will experience that at the end of the last verse, we rise and face the sanctuary doors. We do that because we are welcoming the Shabbat presence in our midst. We are literally welcoming the Shabbat bride into this room. Normally when we stand at a service, we're standing to face the ark because that's the way we normally face. But in this particular case, we are like enveloping ourselves in the Shabbat presence. And that idea of envelopment, of welcoming in, I think about this prayer as almost like swirling, the swirling presence of Shabbat and God, and bringing all of those pieces of ourselves to this moment. I hope that imagery does something for you, because I think it's so deeply powerful. We'll continue. Lecha dodi likra kala penei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi likra kala penei Shabbat nekavela. Shamor v'zachor v'divor echad Yishmianu elam miyuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad L'shem Tiferet v'litchila Lecha dodi likra kala penei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi likra kala penei Shabbat nekavela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki hi mekor haberacha merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machshavat tchila. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekavela. Hitoreri ki va'orech kumi uri shir daveri kevod Adonai alayech nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekavela. Voi v'shalom ateret bala gam besimcha uvetzola toch emunei am segula. Boi chala lecha dodi Shabbat nekavela lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekavela yai dai 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 yai dai dai dai. We're going to continue on page 17. Yikadal v'ikadash shemei rabba ve'alma divrach hirute v'yamlich malchute v'chayechon u'yomechon u'chayedecho be'Yisrael ba'agala u'bizman kariv ve'imeru amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach ve'olam olal me'omaya yitbarach yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitzalar v'yitzalar shemei dekudusha b'richu le'elam min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata ta'amiran v'alma v'imeru amen. We rise on page 18. As we bless the source of life, so we are blessed. As we bless the source of life, so we are blessed. And our blessing gives us strength and makes our visions clear. And our blessing gives us peace and the courage to dare. As we bless the source of life, so we are blessed. Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. I invite you to be seated. At the bottom of page 20. Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael Amcha ahavta Torah u'mishpot Chukim u'mishpatim Otanu lemadeta Al ken Adonai Eloheinu v'shochbenu U'kumenu nasiach bechukecha V'nismach b'divrei Toratacha U'b'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed Ki chem chayenu Ve'orach yameinu Uvahem nege yomam v'layla Nege yomam v'layla Ve'ahavadcha tasir Mimenu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai Ohev amo Yisrael Ohev amo Yisrael Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'otecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha Veshinantam levanecha, vedibarta bam, veshitecha beveitecha, uelechtecha vaderech, uveshochbecha uvekumecha, ukshartam leot al yadecha, vehayu letutafo beinenecha, uchtavtam al mezuzo beitecha, Uvisharecha, bottom 24, Leman tiskeru, Vasitem ekol mitzvotai, Vitem kiddoshim lelohechem, Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher hotzeiti etchem, Me'eretz Mitzrayim, Lihiot lachem Elohim, Ani Adonai Elohechem. So I had an experience recently where somebody's exploring Judaism. We had a meeting, and we had a lot of questions about Torah and this and that. And one of the great things that we have in the sanctuary that is very unique to us is the piece of the Torah on our back wall. So you can check out later. But that piece of text that happens to be Michamocha, happens to be the Song of the Sea, I got to talk to him about what it means that the way that the text is written literally looks like the people coming out of the sea and the sea walls on either side, and the way that we have incorporated this piece of the Exodus story into our daily prayer, this idea of freedom, our connection with the Holy One and with each other, and this experiential moment, and it hangs in the back of our sanctuary as a good reminder. So we're going to sing this prayer together, but if you needed to look to be refreshed, I invite you to check it out. You could go now or later. Later is fine too. Mi chamocha va'elim Adonai, mi kamocha ne'etar v'kodesh, nora tehilot osef eleh, nora tehilot osef eleh. Malachutecha ra'u v'necha, rokei hayam l'nei Moshe u'Miriam, ze'elianu ve'amru, ze'elianu ve'ameru, Adonai Yimloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai Yimloch le'olam va'ed. Yai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai. We're going to pray Hashkivenu in English together in the middle of page 26. Help us to lie down, Adonai our God, in peace, and let us rise again, our sovereign, to life. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Decree for us a worthy daily lot, and redeem us for the sake of your great name, and enfold us in the wings of your protection. For you are our redeeming guardian. Truly a sovereign, gracious, and compassionate God are you. Guard our going forth each day for life and peace, now and always. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Blessed are you, Adonai, who spreads your canopy of peace over all your people Israel and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai hapares sukat shalom aleinu b'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. Amen. We're going to continue. The Amidah is on page 51. I invite you all to rise. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, Elohei Rachel, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chastei Avot V'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Le'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Mechakel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayei HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim V'Rofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umido Melech, Melech Memit Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah l'hachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. I invite you all to continue praying silently. You can remain standing. You can be seated. The words on the page are the prayers of your heart through page 61. We'll join back together. fi, imrei fi, ve'yol libi lefanecha. Adonai tzori, Adonai tzori, ve'goali, ve'goali. Karen, I'm so glad you asked me that question. So Karen asked me, Rabbi, I had heard her rabbi say that you bow at the first blessing of the Amidah and the second blessing of the Amidah, but not the third one. And this goes back to this idea of prayer choreography. This is something that I love talking about. How do we embody the prayers? I call it often a blessing sandwich. So you may have caught that at the beginning when we prayed the first blessing of the Amidah, we did a bow, and we did this one at the end of that section. There's a Baruch Atah and a Baruch Atah and some words in the middle, and then we do, and that's what we do, it's because it gives it a place, like a place to land. The idea of all of these things, the way that we move our bodies, right? In Judaism, you see a lot of people doing this thing we call it sheckling or shuckling, the moving back and forth, right? You've seen a lot of that. Or like sometimes people do side to side, depends on, I think, how your hips are feeling that day, probably. Right? This idea of moving in, right? Just like we talked about with the bowing and we face the back when we're welcoming in the Sabbath bride, all of these things put us in a different type of mindset, right? The standing and sitting, the idea that like people, and the ever talked about, do we stand for Shema, do we sit for Shema? All of those things all come from how do we put the prayers in our bodies to make them make sense to us, right? So a rabbi will give you a lot of different answers for why do we bow at certain times in the Amidah, right? And of course, that joke, 2 rabbis, 3 opinions, it's the same, sort of works out. But there's always a reason. The reason is that we're asking for these specific things in between. We're reminding God who our ancestors are, and that God is first and God is last, all of those things. The bowing during the Amidah, there's also a piece that we do silently where we bow at a big bow for a thank you, a modim, all of these moments of blessing, which goes perfectly with our Torah portion today. So I'm so glad you asked. Excellent segue, Karen. Way to go. Because today's Torah portion, as Mary reminded me, is the longest Torah portion of the year, not so, and we are reading it in 2 parts. Oftentimes we have in order to make the weeks make sense with the Torah portions, you have double Torah portions. This week it's split. So we are in the second part of Naso, but in this part of the Torah portion, the priests are taught how to do the priestly blessing. And we know the priestly blessing. If you want to look at it, it's on page 60 of our Sidurs. I can't help a little Hebrew lesson. You know what I mean? I'm here. We're doing it. Right? The Birkat HaKohanim, the threefold benediction, you've heard this. It's used in so many traditions, this priestly blessing. And just like I talked about before, how the Torah of the Michamocha is written in a certain way, it's written in the Torah in a way that the people are taught how to offer this blessing to one another. And what is the appropriate timing, and how do we do it, and what do we do with our hands? How is it done? So it is one of the most spectacular things I've seen. In Israel still, when you, on certain holidays, on the pilgrimage festival, so Sukkot and Passover, I've been there before, and Shavuot, we offered and also other times during the year, the Birkat HaKohanim, the priestly blessing, is offered by people who still sort of think about the priestly class, and it is like they put their talitot over their heads, they sort of stand like this, they do this with their fingers. You've seen this before from somewhere else, right? This comes, of course, from Leonard Nimoy, one of us, right? But he got it from the Torah, because if you look at the way the priestly benediction is literally written out in the Torah, it looks like this. It's literally written in these lines that are like this, and that's where that hand motion comes from. So if you go to a Jewish cemetery and you see this on somebody's grave, it's to indicate that they come from the Kohanim. And they put their talitot and they sort of go like this. It's like a big drone, a droning sound, not a drone, but like a droning sound. And it's this moment where everybody is saying exactly the same word at exactly the same time. It doesn't happen often in a Jewish space, as you all know, right? And this idea is that the blessing is for the entire people. How many people can we reach, right? And the idea that in the Torah, it literally says you have to bless people. You have to offer blessings. It says that. It says it. It says that you are supposed to you're supposed to make the blessing. Right? And we know that we are taught in traditional circles to do 100, we're trying to strive for 100 blessings a day. Right? Anytime you take a sip of water, anytime you go outside, anytime you wear a new piece of clothing, there's a blessing for that. There's a blessing for that. Right? So, what? Well, sure, that's a good one. I was thinking more about like Shechianu or like, Shakol. Like you say these blessings that are like, oh, I ate a snack, so I say this type of blessing before I'm going to eat it. Wash your hands, go to the bathroom, your stuff's working, great. Like, blessing for that, right? So the idea is that we are supposed to bless each other and receive blessings. It's not a one-way street. And it's also not just for God, which is really interesting. Because much of the Torah, especially in Leviticus, is like, here's how we honor God with these sacrifices, and here's how we do it with this. Here's how you don't make God mad by doing it this way, specific reasons. This is a part of the Torah that says we are supposed to offer blessings and receive them. So we talked about a couple weeks ago, and I remember there was somebody here who said, like, what if you feel like good things are happening in your life and you don't feel like you deserve them? I've been mulling that over, right? I think it was David who said that, right? And I was just thinking about like not feeling like we should deserve something or not feeling like we receive a blessing, whatever. We're supposed to receive it anyway. Maybe you store it for later. Maybe it just goes in and plants a seed, rattles around, comes back out. Maybe you're in a spot in your life where you need that kind of blessing and you don't know. I often find that, I'm sure you do too, like the biggest blessings are when we are in the hardest parts of our lives, right? And sometimes you don't see them until later. Not to say that a hard thing is a blessing. I'm not doing that, to be clear. I'm saying like when we are going through something hard, oftentimes the blessings that we receive at that simultaneously, we don't see them at that moment, but we might see them later and see what a big change that has made. Right, blessing in disguise. But I don't love blessing in disguise because, no. First of all, it makes me think of Jacques Cousteau, like, immediately. Just like Pink Panthering around, like... two different guys. Sorry, my bad. And this is where we are. Sorry, Jen, didn't mean to offend the Pink Panther. Sorry, my apologies. But I am talking about like I do think that we can that we don't always notice blessings, perhaps, if we're in a hard spot in our lives, and yet they're still happening. I hate that like. Everything happens for a reason stuff. It's my least favorite thing that people say. It's just not true. And all of you who are in this room have gone through something that there is no reason for, right? All of us have gone through something that we're like, thank you, that's so unhelpful. But I do think that while we're going through something hard, there also can be things that are happening that are blessings, right? When we lose somebody and our community shows up. We shouldn't have to lose somebody to have our community show up, but that is one of the blessings that comes out of that. But it's not like everything happens for a reason. That I don't like that, right? Yeah, me and Marilyn are on the same page with that one, right? So that's what I'm thinking about when I'm thinking about this massive moment, a public blessing. You're supposed to stand in front of everybody and bless each other. right? And receive blessings from each other, right? Because you cannot offer without receiving. A blessing doesn't work that way. If everybody's doing it, then everybody's getting some, giving some. That's how it works. And I just love that that's built into our tradition. I was thinking about Sheila's bat mitzvah like 2 weeks ago. We all offered her a blessing, and then we offered each other a blessing. I love that. I love that that's a part of the Torah. It tells us that we're supposed to give and receive blessings. So as you look at the Birkat HaKohanim, these words, by the way, which I always have trouble translating because it's may Yivarechecha Adonai Mishmerecha, may God bless you and keep you. That one's solid. I get that one. The next line is really interesting. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'kunecha. May God's face turn towards you. That the idea of God's face is very as somebody who finds the idea of God kind of ambiguous. Having a face is interesting to me, right? But like the shine, the radiance of God. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May that eternal radiance be lifted to you and grant you shalom. This is my favorite part because we love the word shalom, which means peace. Great, excellent, good Hebrew. See, this was an excellent Hebrew lesson. You did a good job. But it comes from my favorite root word, which is shalem, which means wholeness. So not only are there people blessing each other with blessings, they're blessing each other with wholeness. And I love that. So that's going to be our blessing. We're going to bless each other today because it seems like it's right on theme. We're going to end with that.
Wait, so the reason we don't bow the third time is?
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Karen. The reason we don't bow the third time is because it's not in the same, it goes directly into asking for other things. So it's sandwiched in a different way. So there's 18 blessings that we would do, and we don't do all 18 on Shabbat, but it's like a different, applies to the next paragraph. So it leaves it open until you get to the end blessing of that paragraph. Yeah. Sandwich. Blessing sandwich.
You don't bow to that. Is that the third one?
Yeah, third one. Yep. Starts and ends with Baruch Atah, bless both. So I invite you to offer some more blessings this Shabbat. You don't have to do the work of blessing anybody, but you might bless each other. You might offer some blessings to yourself. You might bless God, whatever you need to do. That's my invitation. Just think about it a little more. A few more blessings as we go. Can't be bad for the world. May it be a blessed one for all of us. Speaking of blessings and offering them for other people, this is the moment in our service where we're going to stop and offer some blessings for the people in our lives and in our community and in the world who are in need of healing of body and mind and of spirit. We are thinking this week of Elaine Silverman and David Sloan, and Marilyn Janiak, and Dorothy Halprin and Daniel Zendel, Mary Chezik, Sharon Curran and Ted Golden, Joel Ben Moshe and Cindy Silverman, Shani Lewins and Wendy Temp. If there are other people you're thinking of this evening whose name you'd like to share with our community, I invite you to do that. And if you're at home, I invite you to share those names aloud in your space.
Ruth Palmer, Zoe Marcus, Marina, Kevin Duncan, Judy Casper, and Kyle Flynn.
Amen, amen. Thank you, Karen. Thank you.
Cheryl Williams, John McCausland, Angela Chesak, all those who've been injured in armed conflict, and all those who deal with addiction.
Amen, amen. for all those people and those we hold in our hearts. We turn to Misha Berach on the top of page 67. Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Before we continue, I'm going to turn the pulpit over to Len to offer some announcements before we conclude. Thanks, Len. Member of our Board of Trustees. Len Redmond, everybody. King of Grill and all kitchen items. King of the bagels, that's really true. Can't have it.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees and our members, I'd like to extend a special welcome to all the congregants and anyone visiting us this evening. Pamela Cap is helping to recruit families who would like to host a foreign an exchange student. Please see the e-blast in Schreier for more information. We have a new mobile app for our Schul Cloud. Please see the Schreier and e-blast for more information. Sunday, March 31st at 3 p.m. on Zoom, CST Book Club will meet to discuss The Love of Friends by Sarah Goodman Cofino. See the Schreier on how to connect. Save the date for our annual meeting, which is June 3rd at 7 p.m. in person or on Zoom. See the e-blast and Schreier for more information. The Tex-Mex Shabbat dinner is next Friday, June 5th at 5:45. You can register on our website. It's the last one of the year. Should be real good. Should be a fun one. Camp Tikva is back again at Camp Cavell in Lexington, August 28th through the 30th, 2026. Registration is open, and registration, of course, is on our website. Shabbat Shalom.
Please join us for our annual meeting. We need a voting quorum. If you can't be here in person, there'll be snacks, but if you can't be here in person, join us on Zoom. Patty is going to run the Zoom, so it will work as per usual. So please join us for that. We have to vote on the budget and welcome our new board members and thank Marcia, who's outgoing. New board members, woo woo! It's so exciting. So thank you for that. Thanks, Len. Okay, we're going to turn to Aleinu, which you will find on page 74. I invite you to rise. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ Ushamo, Ushamo, Ushamo Echad. I invite you to be seated for a moment. I am on page 77. After a while, we learn the subtle difference between holding a hand and chaining a soul. We learn that love doesn't mean leaning, and company doesn't always mean security, and we learn that kisses aren't contracts and presents aren't promises. And we begin to accept our defeats with our heads up and our eyes straight forward. We learn to build all our roads on today, because tomorrow's ground is too uncertain for plans, and futures have a way of falling down in mid-flight. After a while, we learn that even sunshine burns if we ask too much. So we plant our own gardens and decorate our own souls instead of waiting for someone to bring us flowers. And we learn that we really can endure, and we really are strong, and that we really have worth. And we learn, and we learn. With every goodbye, we learn. We are in a period of Shloshim, the first 30 days of mourning for Thomas Peregrine, uncle of Becky Gruner. And this week we recall the Yartzeitin of Sarah Fireman, our beloved congregant, Ben Davis, father of Les Davis, Benjamin Bennett, father of Ann Duchesne, Grant Crowfoot, father of Mary Cheswick, and Joseph Houston, stepfather of Karen Redmond, Bertha Lowy, mother of Ruth Zendel, and Ruth Shapiro, mother of Audrey Shapiro, and Shirley Golden, mother of Penny Michelin and grandmother of Josh Michelin, and Helen Rubin, the mother of Barry Rubin, and Alex Rubin, father of Barry Rubin, and Luba Leventhal, mother of Rochelle Rubin. If there's anybody else you're remembering this evening whose name you'd like to share with our community, I invite you to do so. We rise and turn together to the Kaddish Hatom on page 678. Yikadal v'kadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divera chirute v'amlich malchute, v'chayechon uvyomechon, uv'chaye zachol be'Yisrael, v'al gala uv'izman kari v'imru, amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam ulamei olmaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'pa'ar v'tramam v'yitnaseh v'yitzadar v'yitzaleh v'yitzhalal shemei dekudesha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata ta'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imramav Huyaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. May the source of peace bring peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved, here and everywhere. Together we say, amen. I invite you to be seated. So we're going to conclude with our blessing for one another, which you will find on page 81. This is Tefillah Haderech. We're going to sing May We Be Blessed, because we're going to receive and give blessings this evening in the middle of page, in the bottom of page 81. This tune, which was written by Debbie Friedman, who is truly one of the big blessings of our movement in our community. She was who died very young, and
her music, I mean, it's like you wouldn't know, but it's everything that we do. Havdalah is everything. She has written everything. And this one gets me every time. So if you want to put your arms near or around somebody near you, I invite you to do that. There's no pressure. You can, or you could offer a blessing to a stranger, or you could invite somebody to sit close by. We're going to sing this blessing to each other. May we be blessed as we go on our way. May we be guided in peace. May we be blessed with health and joy. May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen. May we be sheltered by the wings of peace. May we be kept in safety and in love. May grace and compassion find their way to every soul. May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen. One more, couple blessings for the road. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Chaim, everybody. This is a Together We Make Shabbat special, first and second grade original. This is a good one. This is from a couple years ago. This is, I like the Green Hulk Superman hand specifically. It's really good. What? It says, I believe this says, we make together, we make Shabbat special. And has all the little kids' names in them. Oh,
Together, I mean, our theme for tonight, the discussion.
blessings. Yes.
That's what I meant to say.
Blessings. Yes. The blessings. Extra blessings. I was like, wait, what's happening? Yes. Blessings. Blessings for all of us. And we love an extra blessing. So let's do one more. Everybody can have a bite of challah. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat shalom, everybody. May it be blessings for all of us. May you give them and receive them. May you recognize that you are one, just walking around being you. Shabbat shalom, everybody. What's happening? I didn't warn you. I'm so sorry. I know, such a bummer. Such a bummer. Oh, good, she heard everything. She said we were
Just